I'm going to go ahead and start off with the vignette first before we go to the Bungie log this time, uh, because of the time jump here. So, everybody ready to go, first of all, before I jump us into stuff?
Yep.
Cool.
Yep.
All right, so the Shard of Aramajon, 30 years ago. Professor Valen Seol sits upright in bed with a start, sweat dripping from his body as he gasps for air. He orients himself back into his reality and looks around the room and out the open window into the night sky, a cool breeze drafting in. The clock on the bed reads 3:33 a.m. He unwraps himself from his tangled sheets and gets up and begins to pace the room, hands on the back of his head as he takes deep, calming breaths. He's had visions before, so this wasn't exactly new in that regard, something to do with his split parentage and an off-world father he'd never met, but this was different. Very, very different. Usually they would be focused around his own future or maybe that of someone close to him, something rather mundane like what they would order for lunch, though sometimes something more serious like an upcoming major accident. But nothing to this scale, nothing even coming close to reaching this level. His mind could barely even begin to understand what it all meant and what he was even supposed to do about it. He stopped pacing and looked over at the large blackboard on the wall with his mathematical calculations on probability and branching timelines he had spent his life's work on so far trying to understand if fate existed and if so, if it was possible to change. Okay, he could do this. He just needed to solve the question of intertemporal extrapolation and destinic alteration, and all with enough time to then determine the best course of action to alter said timeline and execute it. No pressure. He racked his brain to try and remember every detail of this vision, replaying it in his mind, searching. Come on, there had to be a calendar on the wall or a device somewhere that would give him a more concrete... there it was. Okay. He took out some chalk and wrote a number on the board and circled it. 37 years. He had 37 years to change everything. He grimaced in pain and dropped the chalk and massaged his ailing hand. Okay, but first things first, he was going to need a few upgrades. All right.
Upgrades, people. Upgrades.
Upgrade those dice.
Do we know who Valen Seol is?
It's the Archon.
Oh, okay. I didn't remember that was his name.
Yeah. Before he was the Archon. He was Professor Valen Seol.
Okay. I'm sorry. There was never a before he was born the Archon.
That doesn't exist. All right. So now the Bungie log catches up to where we were previously.
Okay. So that was 30 years ago, and he's talking about 37 years in the future,
right?
Okay.
Didn't you say you post the vignettes on the website?
I do some of them. I didn't post this one.
Where are the... Oh, I thought you said you did.
Not this one, because one I just read just now.
You only post historical ones, or past not
ones,
future.
Yes.
Right?
Where are they at on the website?
I've only done a couple so far. I can go back through and make a whole section for them if you want me to.
Okay.
Usually they haven't.
I thought there was a section.
Yeah, I think I've only put in like 2 of them or something. There's not a section for them dedicated to that yet. So
I would only put ones you think that would be important for us to.
Yeah, I think the Kelp, like the Kelp flashback one was like an important one.
Yeah.
And I might have put May flashback one up there. I don't remember, but I can go back and check later. But yeah.
Okay.
Take it away, Bungie.
Do you want to check in with Eric first or anything, or shall I just go?
You can go. You said he's listening, so.
Okay, good. Okay, Bungie's log entry number 23. The alarm is still going, but I still need to be very, very quiet as I entered the design room. I'm also trying to hear a conversation between Eloise and Aerith, something about an ancient book. But the noise of the alarm is so loud that my audio filters aren't allowing me to get much detail. There is a lot of information in this room, but wait, what's this? Project Transcendence? I need to tell the others. I can't because You can't win at hide and seek if you make noise. I know. I will make a copy of this to show others later. I am such a good detective. I can hear a great storm outside. The walls are shaking. What is Ferris up to? Is that Typhon? What is he doing here? Let's see what secret he holds. I carefully open the bottle. The moth that flits between two moons basks in the light of one while being the puppet of the other? What is that supposed to mean? Maybe Ferris knows. I don't like this mass production of sense. It doesn't seem right to me. Is that a moral judgment? Am I allowed to do that? No time to decide. Must sabotage. Reprogramming? Got it. That will teach them to treat synths like they are just bodies to be possessed. Locke is coming, this time as the Archon himself. I hope he knows what he is doing. Oh, there's the Archon. No, that's just Locke. Very convincing, Locke. He's getting the grand tour, and I can hear everything about this wretched place. Way to go, Locke. What? Goldfish souls in a synth body? That's so disrespectful. Transferring 100,000 souls? We can't let that happen. I'm glad I sabotaged it. The alarm has stopped, thanks to Locke. Finally, some peace. Is Typhon working for the Archon? Let's see what happens if I shout, "The Archon is here!" Oh, he's getting away. He is taking something with him. Must follow him. Can't open the door. Eloise, help! Thanks, but where is he? Ferris is tailing him. She makes a good spy. What? She is too afraid to go into the building? We need to talk to Typhon to find out if he is a good guy or a bad guy. I hope he is good because Aerith needs a good father. I guess we'll find out.
All right, fantastic. Also, quick point of order. I have updated Eloise's artwork, so don't be confused by the other strange person next to you. I gave her, because we've basically been using her Midnight Rage form this whole time, and that's not how she's supposed to be all of the time. That's just when she's punching people. So just to help a little bit to that, I added a separate artwork for when she's not in punching mode. So. Which is that one there.
I like
so.
the implication that Bungie is like custom handmade like what's the word? Can't think of it.
Well, he's
the opposite of mass produced.
Oh yeah, he's all like a custom build, like proprietary or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of a kind.
One of a kind, yeah. All right, so I believe at this point Archon Locke has left the premises, I believe. Having basically gained all the information that he could, and since he can't take it with him because he can't burn it to a disk, it's not because that level of security doesn't allow you to do so. So I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, but he has extracted himself, and that also means that that is the last person that was in the factory. So the three of you guys are now topside. And Ferris is going to meet you guys. So where are you guys meeting up, I guess is the question.
I think we were saying we were going to meet up at the ship.
Eric, go ahead.
Oh, Eric's.
Was there, I thought there was something that Locke was like, there was like a cliffhanger thing which you were going to reveal, but I don't remember what it was.
I do. Locke, you were gonna check out. Do you have the map? It was the
of the facility
restriction. The thing where I forget what the words were.
Hold on.
Yeah, the map of the.
Hang on.
It was the one. It was one on the left. I can't remember what it was called. Yeah, here we go.
The inhibitor aquarium.
Yes, that's what he was going to check out.
Was
Okay.
What the
that?
inhibitor was all about.
Oh,
Or is it
yeah, that was the thing. What it was inhibiting. That was the
what
thing
it was
we were trying
inhibiting?
to.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that
Okay. Yeah.
was.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds
Sure.
right.
Okay, yeah. So then we'll do that before you leave. Then on kind of on your way out. I guess you probably would have gotten it probably as you were doing the tour, so we can kind of like retcon flashback, right? That
Oh,
would have
okay.
happened
Sure.
during that flow, right? So,
I just didn't know if that was like a certain thing that like only with like the Archon could find out in the paperwork because I have access to that. Like
okay,
it's
yes,
not told
because
to everyone on the tour sort of thing.
yes, because you're right. Because during the tour, I believe
Because
he
they
would have
didn't
been
even
given pretty,
know, I don't
yeah, he would have
think.
given pretty vague information about it,
Yeah.
because it's designed elsewhere, and they were just testing its safety, not its application necessarily right now.
Hmm.
And so yes, that'll be in the documentation. I'm trying to think, would there be documentation on this part specifically in there? Probably, I would say. So it has to do. It doesn't give a specific definition, but it does give a kind of a category of what it's supposed to do. So it's emotional inhibition. If that makes sense, right?
Ah,
So
okay.
it deals with inhibiting specific emotions.
Interesting. Okay. Does it say which emotions specifically?
It doesn't, no, and
Okay.
you're thinking that that might be on purpose,
Hmm. That
that
makes
potentially
sense.
certain
Why
things
not
aren't
all?
listed in designs if they have, intended purposes that aren't are are uncouth, whatever the opposite of uncouth is. Couth? I don't know, whatever. That's not a word.
Hmm.
Yes,
Hmm.
Look, he just wants it to be a surprise. Why
Hmm.
spoil it?
Why spoil the surprise? Exactly. So,
Hmm.
yeah. So you did find out that it has to do with emotional inhibition, and inhibiting specific kinds of emotions. It also does
Huh.
look like it was tested on a variety, and so that's why it wasn't clear necessarily as to what it's supposed to target, because it seems to have gone through like a whole spectrum of tests.
Hmm. Okay.
Oh no, don't worry. We don't plan to use it on any of these things. We just need to make sure it works.
Now, I remember they used like a goldfish or something like that for, you know, putting the soul of the goldfish inside the.
Sure. Yeah.
Would they? Did we learn that they used other creatures too, or just?
It was just fish.
I can't remember.
It was just goldfish.
Okay.
Yeah.
So were they
Just
inhibiting the
goldfish.
goldfish's
Yes.
souls from emotions?
Yes.
Hmm.
And trying to
Okay.
use them on people eventually or something like that. How hard is this? Like,
Hmm?
I was just trying to see if there's anything that I could take to like test on someone.
Oh, a chip?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah. Is there?
We've
uh,
only got one person to test it on.
yeah, I mean, technically, you could probably try and take one if you wanted to try that. There's a lot of
Sure.
them. I mean, there's like a giant like crate of them basically, up in
All right.
the
Sure.
aquarium section. So you're gonna need to roll for that because that's not something you're allowed to
Yeah.
just
Oh, yeah.
take and just like
Yeah.
walk out with.
Sounds
So
Uh,
like
what does this
maybe
what
that's
does
like a
this room
sleight of
look like
hand.
yeah,
though?
the
What does the
room.
room look like? I
Well,
mean, it's an aquarium, so it's got water with fish in it or what?
yes, yes. Big giant tank in the center of the room, and it's basically a square with a large square aquarium in the middle, and the outer square is all like workstations and like
Hmm.
pieces of equipment and whatnot, right?
Okay.
So everyone's kind of like facing like towards the outside for the most part, or like staring into the tank and kind of monitoring the fish. So there is a bin full of these things that that are being like tested before they are put into the aquarium on a fish or something, right? They're kind of like have like kind of
Mhm.
just basic like electrical tests and whatnot, make sure that they're as they're designed to be. So yeah, I would say that you would be allowed to try and take one and see how that goes.
All
um
right.
yeah, so
I
But
like the
you might be
challenge.
giving up the whole game though. I don't think it's worth it to take one. We know what it does.
I mean, That's
Oh,
true. We
that's
do
up to
know
Locke.
what it does.
Yeah. It's up
But
to him.
if
Maybe
we
he
have
wants
one,
one
we
for
can maybe
funsies.
use it in some way.
Sure.
Perhaps. Who knows?
So, I guess the question: how are you doing this? Are you just trying to just do a sleight of hand here to try and like just yoink it, or are you gonna do something else? It is made out of largely metal, I would say.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Huh.
They're not big either. They're like the
That
size
is
of
one of
like
my
your pinky
skills.
fingernail, so they're pretty tiny.
Like a micro SD card.
Yeah, yeah.
And how many people are watching me right now?
I mean,
All of them?
Yes, all of them. No, there's about 30 people in the room. How many people are watching you specifically is a good portion of it because the Archon just walked in. So it's a good amount of people in the room with you during this tour, right? I mean, you have the foreman that is like actively walking and talking with you. And has his attention pretty well on you for the most part. And you have some, most of the workers are looking at you, so it's going to be a fairly decently high challenge, but they are small at least, right? It's not like you're pocketing like a hand grenade, right?
Well, because my
could
other
also do
thought
it
was go into the bathroom
flamboyantly.
and then switch into like one of the workers who actually like is handling the chips if one of them goes to the bathroom, and then like take their form, grab a chip, and then kind of leave.
Well, you're the
But
Archon. The Archon should be able to get away with just picking
I
one up and
mean,
say, "I'm going to take one of these."
You could also try that too.
yeah, you know
I
what? I
mean,
like that. Sure. So I'll do
right? I
smooth
mean, they may question, but
Sure.
plus the charming one and
Yep.
yellow.
Yep. Go for it. Let's see who we
Okay.
get.
Sure. Yeah, that is probably.
And since they don't know what they're
true.
exactly supposed to do, they're not going to be super like uppity about it. Probably. Like, yeah. I mean, we'll see.
I think
but,
we
like,
should make Locke say exactly what he's saying and doing.
Yes.
Though.
Tell me exactly
we
like
know.
what. Yeah, what is your reasonale behind taking one of these things?
So they think this is like some sort of audit or something, right?
Yes, that's what you established. Yeah.
Yeah. And who's the person in charge who I've kind of been talking to, like the foreman or whatever?
The foreman, yeah.
Okay.
I don't remember what I named him, honestly.
I don't remember either.
Just
but
call him Mr. Goldfish.
Mr. Goldfish.
Mr.
Or
Goldfish.
whatever his I use his real name, obviously.
Yes.
But I don't remember it.
We'll call him Gerard. How's that?
Okay, Gerard. So I'll go over and be like, Gerard, I finished my audit and I checked all your files. However, I am going to need to check and confiscate one of these chips to study them.
I don't know about that because like they're proprietary. I don't know if they're allowed to leave the premises. You know how copyright laws are and such. Like they're pretty particular about keeping things where they're supposed to be at and not getting in the hands of competition and such. But I don't know. So go ahead and roll.
I mean, I had an argument for him, but
go for it. Go for it. Yeah,
go ahead.
I was gonna be like, I understand all that, but if I don't do this, then I may have to shut you down. And then isn't that a bigger issue to your client and everyone here? And then you're out of a job. And all the workers here, would you really do that to them?
I don't know. That doesn't sound great either. I'll be honest. Yeah, roll it and we'll see how we do.
I wanted to make him feel bad. All right,
yeah,
cool.
Guilt trip.
Yeah.
Their families will starve.
Yeah, exactly. Okay.
Oh no.
Well, I'm gonna take damage to roll again.
Okay.
I'm almost at red, but not quite.
He's trying so hard to get to red.
I know. I really want that other D10.
He rolled a 1 on his D10.
Yeah, you'll love and hate to see it. Yeah.
All right, here we go.
Mostly you expect to see it, I would say.
Just
I'm glad, I'm glad on his D10.
Oh, it's a smooth thing, right? So I can take the max?
You can't take max, yeah.
So it's a 10.
It's a 10. Nice.
I guess I could use my dice to make that a 12, but I guess a 10's a success, right?
10's a success, yes. Unless you really need it to be unexpectedly, amazingly good, which I'm not sure how you would get. I mean, that would be like
all of
you
them.
Crate of them. That's going to be much higher than a 12, I would say, to take the entire crate.
Okay. No, I'll just take one.
Okay. And he's like, all right.
Cool.
You know, if it's just one, just make sure. Okay, make sure you bring it back in like 3 to 5 business days. All right, because that's gonna that's the limit right there. Because you know, it's I gotta be careful. I gotta be real careful about this stuff. It's a whole thing down here. They're pretty all up our ass about everything, and I don't want to get any more trouble than we already are with this whole alarm thing today. I'm not looking forward to explaining that. I'll be honest. I know it's just you, but still, it's not great. Not great. So,
Locke, offer him a promotion.
Ask him who he would have to.
What's it called? Wet his fingers.
Wet his fingers.
I don't think that's right.
Grease his fingers. Yeah,
lick his fingers. What the?
Yeah.
Oh dear.
I think I'm just gonna take the chip and leave. And
sure.
He can stay.
All right. You have add to your inventory 1 inhibitor chip.
Nice.
That you don't know how to use, to be clear.
Yep. All right.
Yeah. All right. So all right. So that's all that you.
My master plan.
I'm going to build myself a robot, and now it can't kill me. Yes. All right. So you all meet up.
I'm not gonna put it on Bungie, so he's nice to me.
Whoa! Wait, where's the dissatisfied setting
it's
on
the
this?
Shade. It's the shade eraser.
Right? Shade. De-shadifier.
Yeah.
All right. That's fantastic. Okay. So you all meet up around topside. I'll just say at the ship because that seems like a good meeting place. Right. To talk about what you're doing next.
So Ferris, why didn't you go and investigate this? The Typhon.
There was literally no reason for me to know where he was or to be there myself. What was I going to tell him?
I knew where you was.
Sorry, what?
I knew where you were.
Yeah, but that wasn't the issue, Bungie. It's whether or not he would know where I was.
Well, once you went in the room, he would know where you were.
Bungie, there was no reason for me to be there. What was I supposed to tell the man? Oh, I just happened to drop by?
Sure, why not?
Ferris goes and grabs a book of etiquette that her mother gave her when she was little.
Sure.
And she starts, and she hands that to Bungie as a present.
So, but can Bungie like go flip, and you got it all memorized?
Yeah.
Page 272. Never arrive at a neighbor's house unannounced without at least 17 gifts in tow. Preferably, at least one of them being a pie.
Hey, Ferris, can you like bake like 17 pies?
Yes, but we still. Here's the thing. That's not his home. Like, we know where he lives. We cannot just show up there unannounced, uninvited, and have that not seem odd, right? Like, if you...
Yeah, next time we should just send a letter telling him that we know about his secret workshop and we're going to be visiting at 2 p.m. on a Thursday.
Look, I think if you wish to go find out what he's doing, I just think we'd better if we all went.
No, that's a smart idea.
Instead of
we could leave a note under the door.
No reason.
And say, meet us at the ship. We know your secret.
No, let's not.
Honestly, that might even have been better than just me knocking on the door alone, going, "Hi, I just happened to be here."
Hey, Locke, I think she's afraid of Typhon.
Stares at Ferris. Tries to figure out. Looks back at Bungie and was like, whispers and is like, "Yeah, maybe."
Okay, so we can go with you, Ferris, to give you moral support. We will protect you. Because we're heroes, and that's what we do.
Yeah, we're totally the heroes of this story.
Eloise just has like a red mark in her forehead from repeatedly just being like, oh.
Just smashing her head into a wall. Just like, what's happening? Yeah.
Okay, let's go.
All right, so you all head down to the ground, and Ferris directs you to the location.
So wait, I want to make sure. So does Ferris have a pie in her hand?
Yes, she does.
Okay.
She has
What
a
flavor?
back
What color?
a backstock of frozen pies.
She's frozen pies.
Oh God, no, she would never.
She would never, yeah.
She publishes them under the name Marie Calendar.
Lord, I don't know. Would we have like picked up any fresh produce?
I mean, Bella's been shopping, honestly, like while you guys are gone.
Bella's been shopping? All right, great.
Like you guys are missing some money. Well, you'll find out eventually. He's been kind of buying shit. So
I gave him.
It's how he deals with the chaos.
I gave him a budget. I trust him to stick to it.
Sure.
So I'm assuming that means that he's been able to find some kind of produce.
Yes.
That's local for Ferris to turn into a pie. Whether she knows what it is, I'm assuming there's something that looks enough like an apple that Ferris has tried to put it into a pie.
Yeah. There's
it has
fruits.
Glucose and fiber, therefore it is a dessert item.
Yes.
Sure.
It became soft when cooked. It tasted good, sweet. She has put it into a pie.
Very good. What was the name of the berries? Core berries. You use those.
Core berries. There you go.
Yeah.
Yep. Ferris has definitely put those into a pie.
Yeah, there you go.
She considered the rutabaga for a second, changed her
mind. So you guys make your way down to the ground, and to where
Ferris has also left 2 pies on the ship just for the people who are there as well.
Yes, also a good reason for her to stay there. Has her own pie all herself. So you guys have made it over to the workshop area now, and you're outside the workshop. What are y'all doing?
Ferris is just kind of standing there with the pie waiting.
Bungie's gonna go up I'm gonna knock on the door.
Okay.
Good thing you said that first. You're gonna bust the door.
Okay.
Sure. Well, you can do that too.
No. You knocked first.
Bungie knocks into it. Ellie just punches the door in.
She punches the door in.
We knocked. So I'd say that you probably heard a little bit of noise coming from inside of the workshop, some tinkering noises and some, a little bit of welding sounds and such. And kind of all that stops when Bungie knocks on the door, and the lights inside go off suddenly.
No. I'm not playing that game.
See, I knew they were busy. I knew this was not a good plan.
So
which lights went off? The ones
Fine, I'm opening the door.
In the workshop, the lights went off.
Oh, okay. Is there... Locke will start trying to see if there's a back way or something.
Yeah, I was just going to say.
Like where he's going to slip out.
Go cover the back exit.
Okay, so Locke goes around to try and see if there's any alternate exits. I would say that based on how these buildings are designed, you kind of get around and there isn't really like a back. It's kind of like they're built into like a rock face. So there isn't really a behind necessarily. There's no alleyways back there. It's kind of as far back as you can get. Just the front of this and the back of that's just like a sheer cliff face basically. And there's nowhere really to go. It looks like when you kind of go around the back or I guess the side. Area.
Well, there could be tunnels.
Yes, but I mean in terms of going directionally around it, there isn't really an around to get back there. And you the way it's also structured is there's another building on top of it. So if there is a way to go up, it would be probably on an interior, not an exterior. That makes sense. If there be,
Yep.
So, I think, Locke, you don't see any additional ways to go out of the building, at least not that are obvious. And Eloise, you said you're doing what?
Does it have a doorknob?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm gonna break the doorknob.
Okay. Because it is locked. So, just so you're aware. Yeah. Okay. You're gonna break the doorknob. I won't make you roll for that, I don't think. I mean, you've thrown like a bus basically before. I don't think I need to make you roll for a doorknob. It seems a little silly.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. So, yeah, you basically just yank it off, with like really easily. It's not designed for high security, I would say too. This clearly isn't a place that's necessarily like, this isn't like the warehouse, right, where it has like intense security.
I don't want the door to look like it was broken into. Like,
Sure.
That's why I didn't smash just the whole door.
Sure.
Because that'll garner attention.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, you kind of yank the doorknob off, and then pull the door open. Are you going inside?
Who needs doorknobs?
Not you.
So Bungie wants to reach in and just see if there's a light switch.
What can I see when I open the door?
It's like this.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, that's why you use his arm in
yeah.
there. That's right. Yeah. Okay.
It's as simple as putting. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, there is a light switch in there, and you can flip it.
I can or can't.
You can, yes.
Okay. And I flip it,
You
and what
solved the
happens?
puzzle.
Yeah.
Does it, like,
Okay, so
turn back on again?
Just no. So standing kind of like off to the side, like basically like right inside the door and a little bit like to the the left. Typhon standing there with like a big like canister in his hand, like kind of like over the head, he's like smacking over the head with it basically. And then he sees you guys, he's like, "Oh."
Eloise is just like, "Hey," and then like goes and finds a chair to sit in.
Okay.
Typhon, we brought you a pie. Come on in, Ferris.
Thanks.
Typhon,
It's well, there's a lot of you. Oh my gosh, you all came.
Yeah.
Welcome to the workshop, everybody. You don't know, I don't know how you got here. Cool. This is fine. Hold on a second here real quick. And I'm gonna drop you in. I think I have something for this.
Yeah, we may have seen you earlier in the day, and
you weren't the only one snooping around.
I don't know what you mean. I would never snoop. No.
Budgie was like literally right next to you in that building.
I saw
Yeah,
you,
we're
Typhon.
better at snooping, I guess.
Oh, okay. I thought that voice sounded familiar. Okay,
Yes.
that makes a lot more sense now, I'll be honest. Okay.
Yeah, and then I am sorry, I feel bad about it, but I did follow you here. Just wanted we needed to, and then I did, but I didn't want to just knock on the door. It felt rude. I brought pie.
I can't be that mad if you brought a pie. I mean, that is page 272 of the ethics, the etiquette manual. After all,
I'm so glad somebody else here was raised with manners.
I mean, okay. Also, kind of props, I guess, to you for following me. No one's ever been able to really do that before.
I mean,
So
it's real easy. I can just.
Okay, you don't need to make me feel bad.
She just kind of flexes the wings a little bit, and it's just
like. All right, that's fair, I suppose. I guess also you kind of you follow me from the start, I guess too, so it's a little easier. But and he like he's like trying like while he's talking, he's like kind of like trying to be like very stealthy, but very bad job. He's kind of like kind of fumbling behind him, just like kind of like cover stuff up and just like this is not. Yep.
Ferris is fighting the urge to start cleaning out of guilt.
Yeah, that's also kind of pretty messy in here. I would say too. And he's like, so what were you guys doing in the warehouse exactly?
What you working on in here, Typhon? What you working on?
No. We just turns to Bungie like, we need to explain ourselves first. That's page 348 of the etiquette manual.
But I thought there was only 277 pages.
No.
There's a
Oh, the appendix.
Yeah, no, 277 was just where the rules about pies were.
Yeah, it's the second
That
edition.
they-
It gets the more pages.
Right,
Yeah.
right. Okay.
That book's actually like 10,000 pages long.
I'm gonna have Eloise tell him about. Have they wait? So I know I missed a session. Did they tell Typhon about the whole like void fight and all that?
Yes, he did know about that.
Yeah, I
okay.
believe so.
I think the
Just
most
making sure. So she's gonna be like, so we've been suspicious of the Archon, and we found a box of heads. So we followed that, and we found the warehouse.
Hold on, heads. You found a box of heads? People's
Yeah.
heads?
Keep up.
not people.
Okay.
Keep up.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, sort of people.
And so people too.
Decapitated
Yeah,
heads?
There were
but
synth heads.
As soon as I
Oh,
said it,
okay.
it felt wrong.
Okay.
It
Okay.
does depend on how you define people.
Eloise is like, they're people.
Yeah, sorry, but I should have
Kind of
clarified.
like that.
They're
Can I
pre.
point to
They're
the?
pre people.
Yeah.
Not biological
Can I-
head.
They're pre people. It's
Pre
fine.
people.
Can I see the Aerith synth on the the parts
Yeah,
the
do we
robot
see
thing on the
Yeah,
that he's building a body for Eric?
Yeah, I mean, there's like plans on the wall, and he like has covered up
Yeah.
like most of the body, but he's been like trying to like get all over the head, and it's not quite making it. And he's like kind of gives up, and he's like, okay.
I
see
mean,
what that
yeah, we
does.
kind of figured that you were
Yeah.
probably doing something like that. It's kind of obvious. But so then she tells them what they found so far in the warehouse and whatever.
Yeah. So
Okay.
And what the plan is.
Okay, so you're gonna be in the
for
rundown on the entire plan.
replacing everyone.
Okay.
Yeah, she's like, yeah.
Okay, I
just-
didn't know all of that, but I did know some of that. I've been keeping tabs on this operation for a while, because I was actually the one tasked with making the soul conduit tubes, and I thought it was a
Mhm.
weird request.
Yeah.
They didn't say what it was going towards originally, and I wanted to know.
Mm.
It felt like a thing we don't really do here on the Shard, right? We don't make
Yeah.
soul stuff. This isn't soul, right? Like what the heck? So
Yeah.
I kind of followed the trail on that. It's been a few months now of that.
Mhm.
I found the warehouse about a week or so ago. I made 3 trips now, able to get in and out without being followed, I thought. Now I'm questioning that.
Garrett starts
and-
stress cleaning.
and
Mhm.
yeah, I've been working on a body for Aerith because she doesn't have a lot of time left, and it seemed like a thing that might work. I'll be honest. It might be the only thing that might work.
Hey man, we're not judging you for that part.
Okay,
So
well,
you
I
have to-
appreciate that.
I mean, well,
So you have to-
technically, we're not judging you for any part. We're more here to talk to you about how to stop this.
Well, more we won't.
Because we think this is a very bad idea.
Well, we don't know entirely what the idea is yet, but that was a lot of potential.
Have you so
soul tubes that
Typhon,
we
have
just-
you figured out what their plan is?
Yeah.
Do you know what they're doing?
No, I mean I saw the synths, and I saw the scale, I would say, but
Yeah.
not the specific details of the reason why.
Yeah.
Exactly. No, I don't.
I mean, I
yeah.
guess technically we don't know the why, but we do know that he wants to replace everybody with a synth body.
Well, that's what we're
Everybody?
afraid he will. Well, that's what we're
Yeah.
afraid he wants to do. We don't know that yet. We were
No, didn't
Right.
we confirm that
No.
with like the signed
No.
documents
No.
from the Archon?
no, not yet.
I don't
We
believe
just know
that.
that there's transcendence project.
Yeah.
So we know that he's so
And you know the scale.
um
So you're
know the
making
right.
connections there,
We're
but yeah,
inferring from the scale
yes.
that he's
do
trying
you
to
know
replace.
if the
a lot.
Archon is the one in charge of the project?
No, haven't been able to get into the seal documents on the frame now.
Well,
So
we found a document that was signed by him. So right, it was
That's
signed
not
by
good
him,
luck.
right?
Well, do we
Yeah.
have the data disc?
Yeah,
you have
Bungie made a copy of something.
you have some of them. Remember, you couldn't take the sealed documents. You couldn't take, but you have
Okay.
you have the general schematics. of the synth bodies, but you don't have the official Project Transcendence documentation. That couldn't be burned and taken with you.
Okay.
Yeah. And he said, "Oh, you have a full set of plans? That would be very helpful. I've been getting little snippets here and there, but I haven't been able to burn a full disc. That would be very helpful. I'm not not into like robotics. It's not really my thing. There's been a steep learning curve, I'll be honest.
Yeah.
But yeah, this would be very helpful if you can help me out with that. But yeah, I don't. If it's the Archon, then I don't. That's raises a lot of questions, right? He's. I mean, we butt heads a lot, but like he's generally been kind of looking out for people overall, So I don't know if I would, count this as a bad thing. The scale is a bit troubling, I would say.
Yeah.
But he could also just be getting overly prepared, possibly for something, or if people want stuff, he has availability. Maybe he's gonna sell it. I don't know, right?
Right. We
Maybe he's
just
getting in
thought,
business.
well, since Project Transcendence was one of the items to be discussed on today's meeting, we
That's right. I need to check out. Yeah, he pulls up like his like data sheet. Okay, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
I forgot about that. That's tomorrow. Okay. Yeah. I did notice that there's a closed session tomorrow.
Yeah. Well, open and then closed, and we had asked. Oh Lord, the lady, where's the
Tahala?
names? Tahal, the woman is that the woman who works at the dock mistress?
Yes.
Yeah. Mentioned that under specific circumstances, other people could come and attend the closed session, and we were just thinking it might be a good idea if it'd be even just a couple of us were there with you.
Sure. That can be arranged. I mean, I can have a second. I can also technically have my own. Shoot, hold on. What the word's called?
Council.
Council, I guess so. I was gonna use council, but I'm like, oh, it's the council meeting. That, yeah.
Like advisor kind of thing.
Advisory board, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can, especially for if there was going to be votes, especially, then you're allowed to have that. It's never been done with outsiders before.
Well, that's
I don't think there's a law against it. It's just never happened before.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking like didn't necessarily need to be all of us, or at least not all of us. Like, Bungie's pretty good at being sneaky, and Locke is pretty good at blending in.
Sure. I mean, less of you is easier, probably, to justify. It would be a little odd to show up with a 4-person council team on a day that there's not supposed to be scheduled for a vote necessarily.
Yeah. I just, especially considering what happened last time you and the Archon disagreed, I just thought maybe at least having Eloise there might be a good idea, just in case.
I mean, I'll always take backup.
Yeah.
I won't turn that down. Especially if you guys happen to have a legal experience, always very helpful for stuff like this. If you have any public speaking experience, also very helpful.
That we've got a legal. I don't really know what that is.
If you give me a legal book, I can read it.
Yeah, we don't have those where I'm from. Really, we don't.
Laws. Okay, that seems very confusing, and I have lots of questions. But you brought up pie, so I guess I'll just sit on that for a while. Yeah. Okay.
I know the law pretty well.
Okay, there you go.
Okay, that's good to know. So we got possibly one that can memorize all the laws, and one that possibly not have experience. When you say you know the law, what side of the law exactly are you talking about?
He just gives them
Eloise just starts laughing.
Perfect. Okay. You know what? I will take it because that means we have two sides, and I like that. It kind of increases our chances, I feel like, of being able to be
How many
successful in
sides can
whatever
there
comes up.
be?
You know,
Many.
yeah, there can be many sides.
Interesting.
Like a coin, basically, right? There's at least two sides.
All right.
So
Okay.
do you need
I
to
get,
do
I
anything?
know what you mean now. Okay, I got it now. It's like when you
Do
have
you-
to play rock, paper, scissors to figure out who's gonna go first during the pie eating contest. I got it now.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Uh-huh.
Okay,
So
I'm gonna
do you
roll
need
with
to
that.
do anything ahead of time to get to be able to get us in to the
Yeah, I gotta get
meeting?
authorization first. It's pretty easy. I have to do it the day before though, so I can do it tonight. They're open
Very
late,
good.
so I can do that, no problem. If they raise questions about the fact that you're foreigners, then I might have to figure out that. But they might not ask. So if I just put your names down, right? And I don't I don't need to specify what shard you're from because that's never been a thing where it's not been from here. So I'm gonna try and just put it down and hope for the best, right? Like,
Yep.
Good plan.
I
yeah,
mean, the Archon knows what shard I'm from. He mentioned it.
yeah, that's weird. But
It's
I'm
not
thinking,
that weird. Lots of people visit where my home.
oh, okay. Well, I mean,
It's a very popular place.
I mean, your pie smelled delicious, so I'm not terribly surprised, I guess.
Thank you so much.
But okay, yeah, that can be arranged. Yeah, I still don't know what's going to be covered in tomorrow's session other than what's on the docket. They don't brief us ahead of time, especially not me. I'll be honest. Some of the others get kind of insider, looks at kind of things that happen ahead of time.
Wasn't Typhon one of the ones on the list of people who's giving a talk?
I don't think so.
No?
Check.
Okay. I thought he was.
It's Tahala, then Tech, then Calcadus, then Talus. Yeah, that's it.
Okay. For some
Yeah,
reason, I
and then the
just
Archon.
remembered
Yeah,
wrong.
yeah. No,
So I have.
he's in the list of council members. Is what you're thinking of.
So I have a question for you, or some questions for you, Typhon, about what you're doing here. Do you mind if I try to understand some of this technology that you're playing around with?
Sure. Yeah, I could use the help. It hasn't been going well, I'll be honest. It looks better than it's going. I will say that.
So-
The structural part was the easy part. The rest of it's not at all.
Do
So
you
do you
really
have
think that she can't be saved?
Sorry, Eloise first and then Bungie.
Do you really think that Aerith can't be saved?
I don't think so. At least according to all the doctors that I've gotten reports from, and I mean, Ilmani came by the other day and talked to me a little bit about it too, about how she's basically her disease is basically resistant to all of the light weaving healing, and yeah, I've tried everything else that I can think of. I've gone to everybody else I can talk to. I haven't found anything else. So, and I do know that this is we're in. If I'm being honest, we're probably in the last week, if I'm lucky. So,
Does she know?
no. I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, she might because it's it's her own body, but not from me. No, I haven't had the heart to tell her yet. I was hoping to get some sort of solution first, if I could. Yeah, you can see how well that's been going. He points at the body is definitely not done.
So, do you have the technology to transfer her soul into this body? Do you know how to do that?
I sort of. I have a tube, so I have a containment device. I don't know how to get it in there, though? That's the thing I don't know. It's receptive to soul storage. That's how I designed it for, like, specifically. But in terms of transference, that's one of the biggest components I'm still trying to figure out.
Would Bungie have learned
Do we-
anything about this when he was stealing that? What put him into jail to begin with? Remember, he was like trying to steal secrets and stuff about how the
Sure.
Karami did stuff. Would he know anything about this?
Well, wouldn't it be in the plans? Because they were literally doing that with the goldfish, so they would know the process.
Yeah, I would say by combination of those two things would probably give you a decent idea. However, what I will say is that the way that they were planning to utilize these was through utilizing the shard itself as like a power conduit to transfer souls.
We did
so
see
that's-
those cables
yeah,
or whatever, right?
Yeah, which is not generally how things like this are done on Zol. Zol uses a very different methodology with technology that you would say probably doesn't exist here to your knowledge. It involves Zolians too, specifically, because it's their power set. They can transfer souls as their power set. So they use some proprietary technology on Zol, but it was largely Zolians doing the thing itself. Honestly,
don't we have a Zolian with us?
No,
she's right.
Yes,
she's right.
Tandrew.
Zolian. That is true.
I was thinking about Tandrew and whether or not because he's got technology powers and stuff. So I just wonder if he would somehow. I don't know enough about what he does. I mean, our characters probably know a little bit more, but I don't.
Yeah, I would say that. I mean, because you've seen what he's been doing thus far has been transferring, like, basically, I wouldn't call them necessarily animal souls because they're more primitive than that. They're like space amoeba souls, basically. That's what he's been utilizing into little goo monsters he's been creating, right?
Yeah,
to kind of give them more sentience.
Ferris will pull out the little, because I know I stuck one in my pack at some point. So Ferris will pull out the little goo monster that
Oh yeah,
she has.
Squishy.
you even named him. I don't remember his name, but you did name him.
Oh, I guarantee I just called it something like Squishy and left it at that because I do not name things well.
So if we can't use the shard version, like say we can't get to where they like maybe we sneak back into the warehouse and use their facilities or something. But if we can't do that, maybe Tandrew's a good backup.
His name was Chet.
There you go.
Chet. Oh, did I name it? I guarantee somebody else named it Chet, and I just rolled.
Maybe.
Probably me, honestly.
Sounds like something Eric would have come up with.
It's not me.
Yeah.
Doesn't it, Eric?
It does.
Yeah, probably. I can't say yes or no, but it does.
It does sound like an Eric name, yeah. Yeah, it's interesting.
So Ferris will set Chet up and set him on the table with like his own little slice of pie.
Just ginormous mouth open, just
just like, God, it's the cutest thing ever.
So you have a Zolian? Wait, they can't leave the shard. How do you have a Zolian?
Well,
just because they leave doesn't mean they don't.
Oh,
it wasn't actually in the plan, but he somehow figured out a way.
Snuck aboard.
He's
actually so grounded about that.
I always thought that they literally, if they couldn't leave the shard, they would die. That's what we were always told.
No, they can absolutely. They can leave the shard.
Not.
Huh? That's I'm not surprised, honestly. All right. Oh no, the government lied to me.
Do you think if you leave the shard, you'll die?
No. I mean,
Zol had these special rules. But do you think dead people could actually eat pies because he eats pies?
I mean, it could be a really fancy ghost. I don't know, but
he could be a fancy ghost.
A real fancy ghost.
That's like the dumbest lie because Izumi is literally in the police.
Izumi's not from
It's not
Zol.
Zolian. No, it's not Zolian.
Oh wait, she's not?
No.
Oh yeah.
No, she's
right.
from the other shard. I can't remember right now.
Was Kel Zella?
Oh yeah, sorry.
Kel is Zolian, yes.
Because the way that she looked, I kept thinking she was from Zol too.
Yeah, also, yeah, I understand the confusion potentially, but yeah, she's not.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, she's from shit.
The assassin shard.
Katagawa. Yeah, Katagawa.
The assassin shard.
Assassino.
The famous assassin shard.
Assassin shard, yes.
Yeah.
Katagawa, yeah. Katagawa, sorry.
The famous assassin shard.
We're world famous for our assassins.
Yeah.
Stabby.
I guess no one said that assassinations had to be secret.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
never mind.
All right.
My bad.
All right. So, I mean, that sounds like definitely a promise. We'll have to. I mean, we have to finish the body first, and get it. I also don't know if I trust this kid with my daughter's life.
That's why he's the backup.
Sure. Okay. Yep. That makes more sense. Yeah. Especially if he hasn't done it before. I mean, I don't know if you could test it. Maybe just shank somebody and try and transfer the soul real quick before that. Just saying.
Well, Bungie's had his soul shanked.
Yeah, I was able to just knit that back in.
Oh my god!
Although I am starting to wonder about how good a job I did with that.
Hold on.
Wait,
That's
a revelation.
Does that mean that Bungie had a soul from somebody else first that was transferred into a synth body?
Ooh.
I've always wondered that.
Like,
I just kind of figured he came like that.
Is that what all synths are? Souls that were just transferred into like metal bodies? Is this something everyone else knew and I just figured out?
But I would have a memory of that, I think, and I don't have a memory of
No,
that.
they could erase your memory, I think.
This is true.
Are there synths?
The chip literally has an emotion suppressant. By the way, please don't use the chips from the factory.
What? Oh, the inhibitor chip things they had in there?
Yeah.
I wasn't planning on it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Do you know anything about the inhibitor chips?
It's also I didn't just take a body because they have them like baked into them.
Yeah.
So that would have been easier.
Yeah.
Right. So yeah, I could have just taken the whole thing, but I didn't want that. That was the whole point.
Well, I assumed it was because they don't look like little girls.
Well, also that too. Yeah, there's that.
Are you gonna like give her longer legs to like help her age?
I hadn't thought it
do
that far
souls
ahead.
Age when they're removed? Or do souls age when they're removed from the body?
I feel like we're getting off track here
No,
and a little too philosophical.
Eloise is like the real questions.
Yeah.
These are things I've been wondering.
Sarah starts shoveling pie into her mouth.
Like, look, it's midnight. It's been a long day, guys.
And
I've already burned that oil here as it was. Yeah.
I do have
a lot
one
of
more
books
question.
with a lot of theories, and nobody seems to
What?
agree.
I'll give you one more question. How's that? Sure. What is it?
Are you gonna ask her first?
Yeah. Yeah. Probably.
If she says no, are you gonna listen?
I mean, she wouldn't. She wouldn't, right? She's very stubborn.
Maybe, but I feel like you should think about that.
I really don't want to think about that. I'll be honest. But thank you for that lovely thought in my brain. That's now going to haunt me all night long. Lovely. Thank you.
Well, if there's anything I can do to help, I'm available.
Yeah, are you missing any pieces? We could get you material.
Yeah, I'm missing quite a few pieces right now. I have enough to work on what I like the next few steps, but I'm gonna need more eventually.
Bungie, why don't you, if you don't mind, Bungie is really, really good at this kind of stuff. Bungie, why don't you take just like a quick peek at the body and see if there's anything you notice? Like a fresh set of eyes is always really good when you're working on something complicated.
Right, because you said you were having problems. Maybe he could kind of show me what kind of problems he's having, and then I can decide if Bungie could actually help. Because I don't know,
Yeah. I would say go ahead and give me an overcome for kind of like assessing like the structure and the internals and all that stuff, right? So inventions, technology, green zone.
Oh yeah, I am still green. Right. Okay.
Can
Yeah,
we
we
boost
do
him
need to
for
get health
this?
back up again.
I don't generally allow boost for overcome. I'm trying. I should change that rule in general, but
how could you do this? I would say,
Did I
Trevor.
use
First
my
of all,
metal
how could
skills
they
to
boost?
try to
yes, I guess if
boost
you
him?
have a thing to do or that would help him in some way, then we can consider it. Yeah. If Ferris has something that could actually be genuinely helpful here to help Bungie.
I think I could probably help.
Yeah, Locke has
He has his metal skills, his
His metal
tailoring
skills.
for like metal stuff. So I think you could do like welding.
Okay.
Yeah, for me, it would be things like crafting, and either creativity or potentially even storybook whimsy.
Okay. Yeah, because you can work on designs. I think Ferris can probably work on design stuff, right? Probably like probably structure, too. I mean, and Locke can work on structure for sure, and probably also on like kind of like welding situations, right? And soldering and all that kind of stuff that involves like having to work with like liquid metals, right? Sure. So I guess you could both roll overcome as a boost, Bungie.
I think I may have a special thing for mine too with that skill. Let me look. Of course, the page disappeared. That's not helpful. Oh, this stupid roller bar thing has like messed up fully and made life terrible.
Absolutely terrible. My mid die was a 2.
2.
All
Oh
right,
boy,
so
that is All right. Well, I mean, it's a boost.
It's a boost.
So
It's a boost
it's
of 1.
still a +1. Yeah.
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 uh,
You don't fail spectacularly. So.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Just minimal amount of helpfulness.
It makes sense. You don't work with metal very often, right?
She just starts like creating flowers to like etch into the body.
I am way too obsessed with trying to turn this thing pink and glittery somehow.
Yeah, it's getting much prettier, but
yeah.
not functionally more improved. Locke?
Yeah, I was trying to see if which one of these would work. It seemed wrong as I've written them down. But one of these is boost an ally using tailoring plus self-discipline. And if you turn their clothes into something finer, giving a boost to morale, your nearby heroes in yellow and red zones recover health equal to your min die. Would that function here? Because I'm
tailoring plus self. Because
I am using tailoring metal on him, but it's not really clothes in this case. But yeah, but I think it's more because like I don't know if the powers are supposed to be like that limited by like
it's pretty
specific. Clothes.
Yeah, it's pretty specific.
Well, the clothes is how he like mostly does it. He's called like the welding more like tailoring. Because the reason he does it was more for his like sand suits and stuff like that. But he can also like I mean he has like Magneto powers pretty much.
Yeah. Okay, so what I would say is that what you can probably do is
I could probably change that.
I mean, since you're yeah, possibly. But I would think since you're kind of you're a water boy, that means that you have translucent internals potentially if you so wish. And so you can probably use that to, like as like to be like a model, if that makes sense, of like a 3-dimensional model for like how they should have things positioned basically. And they can like
kind of
and you can move stuff around like with like the metal on your body and
Oh,
stuff, right? In order to like we can put this over there. So they can kind of see on like more of a 3-dimensional diagram, basically, when they're trying to like, move stuff around on this version, right? So I think that probably would make sense there. So yeah.
You're gonna change that ability either to like Mercury or Quicksilver so that it means more of like I don't know, using metal to melt and move things because that's more has been used in like welding.
Yeah.
Stuff,
It hasn't really
like
been for clothing thus far at all. So
no,
it alter that one, I think. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So that's self-discipline. I'm in the yellow zone. Let's see what happens. How did that work? No. So, and I think it said, did it say I got to use the max?
I don't think you use max, do
No,
you? No,
but
I
it
don't think
could.
so.
But it could heal people.
Anyone hurt?
If I mean, I'm hurt, but I don't know if I'm so close to red. I'm so close to that D10. I don't know if I want to
Do you
do
want to be
that.
on that? I guess it's almost the end of the day anyway, so
It's a,
Yeah.
yeah, whatever. Either way. So what
Okay.
was your number?
So it's a 5.
The 5. Okay, so that's a +2. So a total of +3 to Bungie for your overcome roll, and I believe you have a gearhead, so you have max die. So
right. So that gets me to 11.
to 11. Okay.
Yep.
It's pretty solid. It's not success beyond expectations, but it's still a success.
Yeah.
So
Which,
you definitely see quite a bit of problems with what's already been done that has to be redone, and you fix quite a bit of issues, and you also take a good look at the soul containment device as well, and unfortunately, you kind of realize that like there probably isn't another way to like utilize this thing since it's so specialized in terms of input, right? It's very specifically designed to be hooked up to the shard, and you might be
okay.
able to try and get Tanger to try and do something, but it seems unlikely based on how like the connections work, basically. So that's like I mean, it's kind of a bummer where it's like, well, you do know that now that you don't see any clear pathway forward in that juncture, at least, based on what the information you know, and you do fiddle with it quite a bit. But that it does seem like it does feel like you would probably need to alter the device or make a different kind of device that is similar but has different methodology for input. Because you don't see another way to kind of connect anything to it, basically. Otherwise, that makes sense, right?
It's to do with the power. It's got to have special kind of power that only comes from the
Yep.
shard. That kind
Yeah.
of stuff, right?
Basically.
So
Yeah. Yeah.
it makes sure I understand it right. And there's also the magnitude of the power that counts too,
Yes. You need a
right?
massive influx of power of a very specific type, which
Uh-huh.
you don't know another way to get it, and you also
The
don't
only
know how shard power works because you've never seen that before. Um, so,
right. So you
yeah.
said I don't know how to get it, but is the only you said I don't know any other way to get it. What is the way to get it? Is that through those cables that we saw next to the goldfish tank kinda?
Yeah.
Or not the
So
I forget what it was called, but
yeah, I'm trying to think of what you would know from the diagrams here. Probably a decent amount. So the I'm trying to remember how the system works exactly. Okay, so yes, so each of the each of the synth bodies was hooked up via cable
right.
that went into the floor, and then that attaches into the shard, basically. So yeah, it would be a direct connection, basically, from the shard to a synth body, into this thing in particular. There's basically like a port that's designed just for that cable type. And that's kind of the only way to attach things. I mean, you can make your own cable, obviously, but you don't have the right input, right?
But it sounds like if we could get the body and the soul of Aerith to those cables that we already know about,
Yes.
then we can make it work.
Yes.
Is that right?
Yes. But your assessment is if this was hooked up to the same mainframe as all the rest of them, right? The same system, right? And if the shard power was siphoned at the correct wavelength and amplitude, right? Then that would probably work. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's like the main way you say that this to work. Anything else would be pretty sketchy, I would say. It's possible, but has a very high risk. And alternative would be you make something entirely different from scratch, which would be difficult.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm gonna or make something from scratch because that's a possibility. We got a week or something, right?
Sure.
If that's what we dedicated all our time to, maybe we could save her. If the other method doesn't work. Okay, so we got two possible methods. One is to hook her up to hook all this stuff up, the body and soul, whatever, up to the cables that we already know
Mhm.
exist, or we somehow come up with our own method of getting power into this special kind of power, right?
Yes,
So there's two
correct.
methods. Neither one of them is easy.
No. I will
Okay.
also well, you didn't get a 12. Never mind. Continue.
Yeah, I got 11. I could roll my dice.
Sure.
Can I do that?
Sure.
Okay, I'm gonna do that. Well,
You might want
put it
to
this
later,
way,
yeah.
I'm gonna get at least a 1.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. That's fair.
Okay, I got a 3.
Okay. So, with a 14, what I will also give you is that as you're pulling up the schematics on like the transference process in particular, you do notice that it is very acutely tuned to resonance patterns and sound waves. So, because it looks like, based off of schematics, is that the cables are already attached to the shard itself, but they're not doing anything, right? So there's an activator involved that has to do with sound waves.
An activator. You're back at the fish cannery you're talking about, right?
Yeah, at the assembly factory, yes. So
The
it looks
assembly
like in
factory.
order to basically begin the process, it is required to use a specific activator resonance. Is what it's called, and it is rhythmical in nature.
As in a drum.
Yeah.
Okay.
Trying not to be too helpful, but yes.
The rhythm shard requires a rhythm resonance. What are the odds?
Okay. Wow.
What you want to bet? It's one of the scores.
So, all right.
Do we know the
Anything
names
else?
of the scores?
Yeah. I mean, they were basically it's one for each of the three, right? It was like
Morning, evening.
It was morning, evening, and night, right? And
Yeah.
like mother, sister, and daughter, basically, right? So I can't remember the exact pairing exactly, but yeah, basically like that. Yeah.
Hmm.
Who wants to take bets about that test they did before, where everybody passed out?
Yeah, we're pretty sure that had something to do with the project thing. They were doing like a test run.
Oh,
kind of
right. Maybe
idea.
they were doing a test with that particular modification. Okay. So to do a test with a modification of the score, and it maybe backfired a little bit. I don't know why it would just affect the grounders, though.
I think that may have been the modification, so that it only
On purpose?
Maybe that's what they were testing.
Yeah, they only wanted it to affect the grounders.
Or maybe they didn't know it would affect just the grounders.
Right. That's what I was wondering. I've always assumed that they meant to have it affect the grounders, but so what? It didn't last very long. So what good did it do them?
Now that
But if it was an accident, that makes more sense.
Well, they did learn something from it. Just once again, we just don't, because we don't know what they want to know. We don't know if they learned what they needed to learn.
Ferris, you need to hurry up and learn to read people's brains.
I really don't want to do that. It feels like
the Archon did it. I think you should be able to do it too.
It does not seem like it would be fun. I don't know if I really want to be like him. It feels extremely invasive. I do not see that going well.
I mean, agreed. However, I don't think he deserves privacy.
I think okay. I know we're all real mad at him right now, but
Eloise is ready to crush him into a brick like you see at the car graveyards.
I really don't want to read his mind in particular. I just don't feel like that's going to be a fun time for me.
I don't think he'd let you do it anyway, but...
Yeah.
He's pretty powerful.
So you continue to make some modifications to help out Typhon with the designs. You're there for a while. It gets pretty late, and he's kind of packing up shop to come back at this, tomorrow. And he also has to also get going before the council hall closes, so he can get you guys on the docket for tomorrow.
And we need to get home so that. Oh my God, this is how tired I am.
Aerith?
Thank you. Eat something other than that pie that I left her for dinner.
Sounds like a hearty dinner.
Yes. Okay.
Look, I'm all for pie for any occasion, but even I acknowledge you gotta eat something else occasionally.
Eloise says, nah.
So he heads off and closes up shop because he got to get going before it closes. You guys, you all head back to the ship for the night, and you see Aerith laying up against Here Boy with a book still in her hand and a blanket around her that presumably, Tandrew or Belog or okay, not Belog probably. Let's be honest. Put over her.
Belog has come so far. I'm so proud of who he's becoming.
Also, it does look like a fair amount of repairs have been made to the ship so far. You guys didn't take much inventory previously, but kind of looking through, there's no longer a giant hole in it now, which is great.
Well, that's always good.
Yeah, just not so gusty anymore, right? Not much of a draft. And it looks like most of the remaining repairs are likely, internal.
I have a date that I am late for, aren't I?
Oh,
are you going to that?
Of course. It'd be so rude otherwise.
Okay.
Who's that with?
The gentleman whose house we went to figure out where the...
Yes.
Start with a B, right?
Eloise just, I'm gonna, because Eloise wasn't there for that part. She's just like, date?
It's just coffee. It's fat.
I have his name somewhere. I can't find it right now. But yes.
Bisbin Tessari?
Bisbin. Yes, Bisbin. There we go. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. Good call. So, yeah. What I will say is that Bisbin doesn't show. Yeah.
Bisbin is dead.
I'm outraged.
Oh, by the way, one thing I was going to try to do is I was trying to see if I could see if Bisbin was at the at the factory. Was he there?
Oh.
Did I see him there?
Yes. You did see Bisbin when you were there. He was freaking out because he was standing in front of a giant container full of core berries and being like, oh God, what have I done? So presumably that's probably why he didn't come to the date, is because he either is in big trouble or he's working late trying to fix his mistake. So
wait, so what did he do?
He grabbed the wrong container. He was supposed to get a container of parts, and he got a container of core berries instead. That was Ilmani's. He brought it to the warehouse.
That's how all this kind of started.
That's how we got started.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
Yes. Right, that's right. You weren't there for that whole thing, but yes. That's how they kind of found this to begin with, is because he took the wrong container, and that kind of got them on the path of this whole thing.
And the container he was supposed to take is still at the
yes.
Whatever the dock or whatever you want to call it. And it's got
and now they know, so he can't get
devices.
at it.
Mm-hmm. It has a soul storage devices. Yep. Correct.
Right. And we bugged it.
Yes.
Now
track around that guy. Yep.
Right. And now everybody knows that's about the crates and the switching of names and such. So now he can't get at it.
Yeah, which is also a problem for him. So, yeah.
So Ferris will she will wait the polite 15 minutes. And then she will, with I believe I said it was at the dockside, restaurant, bar, slash place that Eloise and I had been to before.
Yeah.
As she will write a quick little note saying, so sorry that the timing didn't work out. and leave that with the bartender, along with like name and description. You know, if this gentleman happens to show up, could you just give him this for me? Thank you so much, darling. That's so kind of you.
Yeah,
And then
absolutely.
she'll head back to the ship.
Okay, sounds good.
So when Ferris comes back, Bungie actually wants to ask her a question.
Mhm.
So Ferris, how did the date go?
Unfortunately, Bungie, you know, he just did not show up. It's so rude. But, you know, we can't control other people. We can only control ourselves. The important.
Somebody should tell the Archon that.
So how does that make you feel?
Oh, I mean, I was going to be polite. He seemed like a nice enough gentleman, but, you know, I'm not particularly upset about it.
Okay. I take a little note.
So you all head to your bunks for the night after another exhausting day, and all crash out almost immediately. So set y'all's health back up to full. Sorry, Locke.
I know
Sorry,
it's like I don't want
your health back up to full if you're damaged at all.
What's that like?
Yeah. I was playing about this whole thing.
Just
so the
watch me the next fight.
The first moon is up when you get up the next morning, and everyone makes their way into the dining room before heading out to the later morning council meeting. Typhon has also stopped by before the meeting to check on Aerith, and plans on picking her up after, from the ship after the meet in a few hours, basically.
Yeah, as long as we don't start a war.
Right. Is being in the higher these higher elevations and just like not below ground help it like I know she's but is
right. Is it easier on her?
Is it easier on her?
It's interesting. Yeah, that's a fair point. I would say yes. The air quality is much poorer down on the ground, and that's probably the largest contributing factor, I would say, overall.
Yeah.
I don't know about elevation as much.
Just but the air quality.
It's just the
air
different
quality.
place,
Yes, you're correct. It does seem to get a little better up here than down below. She does still look bad, but
yeah, I would say more just like general comfort level more than like, oh, it's a miracle cure.
Yeah, for sure.
I wonder if they're planning to run from the shard after, because like you can't keep that a secret. And I kind of doubt it's legal.
Oh, to just transfer your body? I don't
know. What being legal? Transferring the body?
Well,
thing?
Probably using the shard in that way is probably not meant for, I guess.
But if it's the people in charge that are making the decision, then it must be legal. I mean,
legal for
they make the laws.
Yeah, that's how that works, right?
I think you're talking about whether it's ethical or moral.
No. I think that might actually, you have to ask, where did he get the materials from? Does he have access to the shard? Just because they're doing it doesn't mean anyone's allowed to do it.
That's probably what the meeting is about.
We'll find out.
Yeah. So
I also want to make a moral judgment here, because that's what I'm trying to learn how to do.
Okay.
You said you want to make a moral judgment here?
I do.
Okay.
So my moral judgment, and you guys are all specialists at this, so you tell me if I got this right. So I think we have an issue with, we're trying to save Aerith, but that doesn't solve the overall problem of all the terrible air down there at ground and on the ground. That just because we save Aerith, there's a lot of other people who are suffering too. So don't we have a problem with choosing which one to save and which one to let die? That just seems like a very difficult task. It's like a moral quandary, isn't it?
Well, that's not hard.
There's a difference between changing the system and someone trying to save an individual's life.
So Bungie's taking notes.
We're not picking Aerith's life over others. If anyone else came and asked for help, we'd help them as well.
So what
we are trying to change the system.
So what did you say, Locke?
He just said no.
Notes?
He was just like, nah.
Oh, just no.
He was just like, it matters who you want alive and who you don't. Can't save everyone.
I think that's kind of the path that the Archon has gone down, honestly, Bungie. And yeah, I think I think what's happening is that this whole thing is his solution to that problem. I'm just not sure if it's really a good one. I think the better, like, here's the thing, we have not been here long. We don't really know what causes the problem, right? Like we've been told that like the air quality is bad down there, but we don't know how long it's been like that, about what
Well,
started
actually,
it.
do we know? For some reason, I thought we knew what the cause of it was. I don't think we knew how long. But do we know the cause, Trevor, or
You
not?
do know that, yes, you know the cause of the poor air quality, at least as described by the grounders, is from the factories down below.
Yeah.
And basically poor like filtration and regulation and vastly increased output beyond what they were designed to do. So basically the atmosphere isn't regulating like it's supposed to be down there because of too much output.
Is that what Typhon was trying to get a law passed
Yes.
for back 6 months ago?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
So, that's probably one of the places where the change really needs to start is, for people, is to put the people over the production kind of thing. Like right now they're putting the production over people, and it needs to be the other way around. But it's really hard for us because we're not from here. Like we can't just come in and say, well, this is clearly what you need to do and why.
I disagree.
I know you do, sweetheart.
So Bungie is listening to Ferris, and then when she said disagree, he turns his head now to her and starts taking notes with what Eloise is saying.
But if somebody were to just come on to Sugar Pine 9 and start telling us we had to do everything differently just because they thought it would be better
right,
for us.
Have currency and laws and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna
Yeah, I
lie.
could see that could really upset you.
Every single time I set foot on another shard, I am absolutely baffled by how complicated y'all make things. But I don't go around telling everybody that I can't do things that way, right? Like that's
a you problem.
no,
that's a skill issue, honestly.
It's not. It's really not, sweetheart. It is me knowing that that's not my place, right? Like
well, you decide that's not your place, though. I decide it is my place.
Also, Typhon's been watching this whole time, and he's like got a bowl full of like tater tots, and he's just like munching like popcorn, and he's just like,
oh yeah, Locke goes over there, also is in on the tater tots, just watching back and forth.
And Typhon's like, I've kind of been both seats, I'll be honest with you. I've kind of done both approaches. Neither one has really worked for me, but hey, I mean, we'll see what happens today, I guess. So, you guys are heading out towards the meet. It's not a school day, and so Aerith wants to spend her time poking around the ship and kind of pulling things apart and studying them anyways, because that's her whole like main field of interest and study. So she's gonna be hanging out on the ship until Typhon comes back after the meeting. Pick her up in like a couple hours. So she'll be here.
Question before we go. Teen Drew he has been growing technological powers and stuff, right?
I don't know, growing, but yes, sure. Yeah.
Sorry, growing's probably the wrong word. But he does have skill with technology in like tinkering and stuff.
Yeah, his limited tinkering skills, he has more skills in terms of actually I have a sheet for him. Hang on.
It's more than he had when we first met him.
I was just gonna ask if it was possible that he could maybe improve Aerith's breathing device for her.
I see. I'm looking at his stuff right now. Yeah, his inventions. Yeah, I mean, so you can definitely work on that to see if he can try and
maybe using materials that Typhon didn't have access to, since we might have foreign materials on the ship,
Yeah, it's technically an EV
engineering
vessel.
principles that Typhon hasn't been trained in.
Yeah,
it could have some different.
It's a well-traveled EV vessel. Before that, it was Kel's ship. It's been all over the place. That was all sorts of random stuff in the ship. So yeah, he can have a look at that while you guys are gone to see if he can improve that. Yeah. So you guys make your way into the facility, into the council hall, and you don't appear to have any pushback in terms of that you're foreigners, which is good. There we go. Okay. Oh, I have the wrong Eloise. Oh well, it's fine. And I think you all are all on the map. There's a lot of you. There's a lot of people in this room. Okay. This is open session first here. So the council's in the front there, with all you guys kind of like going to be supporting. And no, Typhon is not wearing that outfit well for his council meeting. I just didn't like any other artwork for him.
I just thought the aesthetic looked cool. I'm just trying to stay up with fashion.
Vibes, right? Yeah. The first thing on the docket in open session is the port disruptions and security by Tahala. And Tahala gives a detailed account of the various goings on at the docks with the recent attacks and how much damage has been done to infrastructure and personnel, right? Estimated times until
and people's ships.
Yes. And also estimated times until we're all back up and running in full capacity, right? The numbers don't sound good. There was definitely a significant economic toll on the strikes from the strikes, as well as poor public perception from outside traders of the events that have been happening. She mentioned that she already had it in her original proposal for significant increased security, but considering what just happened like the other day, basically, she wants to exponentially increase that allotment, essentially turning the docks into a fortified base and blocking all those of the Second Dawn from coming topside without a top-level security clearance directly from the council, and imposing a blanket curfew on the district for the time being.
Ferris, probably thinking she's more subtle than she is, just looks at Typhon.
Yeah.
Just the back of his head.
There is a little bit of discussion on the topic from council members, and there is dissent from Tech and from Typhon, the two ground representations, but. And it's not a vote, because this isn't like a bigger thing that they do, but it is still approved on a temporary basis by the council, by majority vote on this for 1 week's time, and then they will reassess and put it to a longer term vote, basically, that'll then have like public forums more and arguments and such. But given the situation severity, they basically were,
because everyone believes that.
Yeah, that everybody was kind of largely in agreement that things are pretty bad right now, and even if it's just for public perception, our trade took a huge hit, which is our entire economy, and so we need to at least show that we're doing something, even if it isn't necessarily helpful or ethical. Right. The money always wins, right?
Yeah.
And I will say that while Tahala did propose it, it was because she also wasn't super stoked about it. It was one of those we should do this. I don't love it either, right? But we need to do something pretty serious and drastic, and then we can come around and talk about this more later, basically.
It's always later. We'll give you your rights back later. How convenient.
So the next in the docket is the factory and transportation disruptions by Tech Bosamar. Tech gives a report on the status of the factories on the ground and notes that most substantial issues has been transportation between the ground and the sky due to the damage sustained to the line. which remember is the chain that goes between, right? He requests expedited repairs on the line and increased security between the ground and the sky, especially due to the increased Jellicora presence in the area. And that has basically no dissent from anybody at all. They fully approve that as well. And again, it's one of those things that, like, yes, emergency budget, situation. We'll look at like long-term budgeting of this later, but yeah, okay, we have a major economic crisis and nothing is working currently. Have the money, right? Like, it also felt like it was a little bit more fair. Like, hey, like, we're doing strong like security up here. You guys are also going to get more security down below as well, to hopefully help protect you guys from attacks as well. Then we move on to the local missing persons and inter-expanse fugitive report by Calcadus, who is the speaker, I believe. No, he's the Chief Sky Warden. Sorry, Chief Sky Warden, which is basically the head cop essentially on the shard. That's at least not an EV, right? He's a Shadowbrand? Yes, Shadowbrand. And the warden gives a detailed report of local missing persons, of which there are several dozen, as of the updated list from this morning due to the previous attack, right, which was pretty severe. A lot of chaos happened there, right? None of the names sound familiar to you except for one, which is Jahala Sensu, which was the university student you met a few times previously. Her name does come up
so she's
as
missing.
a missing persons. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. And he goes on, and now on to the month's Inter-Expanse Future Report. Only 6 new additions from last month. The rest all being repeats. Delamain de Cruz of Zol, Ferris of Sugar Pine 9, Locke Lorcan of the Vapors, Bungerford Talkerton of Brassica Dominus, Eloise of Pampyros, and Cadron Mortis of Ellerunt. I'll be distributing their posters as per usual, though I'm not sure that will be entirely necessary, considering some of them have apparently decided to attend today's meeting. And he points over to your group, and everyone kind of just like turns and looks at you guys over on Typhon's side of like the dais. And he's like, Mr. Speaker, your direction on this? And Speaker Talus Vinthara, an elderly yet noble-looking Shadowbrand in a well-fitted vest. I think I have his picture here. I think that's Talon. Yeah, it's him. Yeah, that's Talon. Yes. There we go.
Talus?
Talus, yes, Vinthara. He's sporting a pair of multi-tier glasses. He peers down at everyone through them and takes a long moment's pause to answer. Clearly a man who is slow to speak and consider his words and actions very carefully. What are the alleged charges? Grand theft of a wayfarer, escape from a Zolian prison, trespassing, destruction of private property, and piracy, sir. We greatly respect the Expanse Vanguard and their authority granted by the IEOU, and would never want to damage our relationships with them. However, during yesterday's attack, my nephew was saved by a pair he described as a wild woman with, quote, thighs like a truck, and her springy synthetic, which fits the description of 2 of them fairly well, if you ask me. And we should treat our new guests fairly and not make assumptions as to their identity just because you may or may not believe them to look like a picture. I believe the printing press was damaged in the attack, and we will take at least a week to repair. Therefore, your reporting process cannot be completed, Chief Warden, and should be tabled until next week's meeting. We will strike it from the record until such a time, and then follow proper protocol next week. Very good, sir. I see my time then. The Archon looks very unamused, I will say. And he said, "You can't be serious, Talus. Pirates again? Really?" As the designated EV emissary, Valen, this falls under my jurisdiction and does not require a vote, but thank you for your concern. Moving on. Yes, very interesting. So good job, y'all, for saving that guy.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of a big deal.
So who did we actually save?
Remember when it was when you were saving Ilmani and a soldier that she was treating?
It was the soldier guy.
Soldier, yeah, that's his nephew. Nepotism. Yes. So then you move on to temporary emergency appointments, which is from Talus. As the speaker, he moves on to the next point of order, which is the temporary appointment of new council members due to injuries sustained in the attack. The seconds will be taking their spots the time being, which include Lindara Tehun, inventor, visionary from the Navgan Assembly, and let me see if I can find her. She's on the left, I think. I think they're on the left-hand side here. Yeah, that's her.
How cool of a title is visionary?
Right? It's very cool.
Yeah. I want that title.
Yes.
I want to date this lady. Is she single?
She's single. We'll find out.
She looks amazing.
She's very sparkly, right? My goodness.
If I could modify my body to look like that, I would.
And then Sahidra Kasim from the Community Works Department is over here. That's her, Sahidra. She's the new council member. She was previously a second. So those.
So wait, so the primary council members are missing, and these.
They're severely injured from the attack, and these two are their seconds, and they're taking over their positions temporarily. Yes.
Okay.
So now they are officially part of the voting body. They weren't previously, as the other items in the docket, but they now are. So they're now officially.
He also looks really cool.
Yeah.
I think I just really love the design of all of like the people from their shard. Like it's just the coolest design. I'm excited to see what you do for like other shards. Because I don't know if you're going to be able to top these people.
I know it's been a really cool like I like Tahala's like I love Tahala's like cool like get up and stuff too. Like her outfits are really cool.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I mean, even the Archon looks sick as hell.
Yeah, he does.
Like
yeah, he does.
Yeah.
So the council speaker then makes a motion to move to the closed session to hear the final item on the agenda and ask that everyone outside of the council, their seconds, and any officially designated advisory parties leave the room. Because it previously was occupied by a pretty packed room, but now they have to disperse basically for closed session. So the speaker then announces that the council will now hear about the Project Transcendence update by Archon Valen Sale, High Chancellor of the Orban Conclave. So Taylor says, so it's been 12 years now, Valen, with endless promises of an end to our work shortages and strikes and the final piece of the puzzle to help us unlock the designs of the pioneers and become closer to the three. Even a promise of immortality, so our great work is no longer having to be passed from generation to generation. You called this meeting, though, and put this item on the agenda, so I presume you have a significant update on this, to this, well, I'll just say it, rather crackpot idea of yours. And the rest of the council chuckles a bit and is like, clearly this has been a thing. I can't read that yet, but okay.
Oh, sorry, I said red flag.
Oh.
Like everything you said, I'm like, that's a red flag.
The Archon appears unfazed by their little kind of like muttering and chuckling on his behalf, though. Esteemed members of the council, I am pleased to announce that Project Transcendence has been tested and is ready to begin large-scale production and rollout. A loud murmur breaks out across the room before being silenced by the speaker. With Project Transcendence, not only will the Aramagi attain immortality in order to continue our great work eternally and fulfill our purpose in this world, but in doing so, we will take one step closer on our road to becoming one with the mother, the sister, and the daughter, to becoming divine. My team will produce synthetic bodies at scale to which our souls may be transferred, bodies with strength, power, and a mind capacity never seen before, all with the spirit of an ensouled. Never again will a worker have to take a sick day. Never again will our minds be limited by the fragile nature of flesh. Our bodies will be made from the very body of the goddess themselves, and we will know enlightenment beyond comprehension. Talus says, this all sounds very exciting, but how exactly do you plan on convincing people to choose this path? I'm sure not everyone is as devoted as yourself. The Archon kind of like gives a little like scoff. Does the shepherd waste his time convincing his sheep to flee the wolves? No, he herds them where they must go for their own good. Project Transcendence is not something someone volunteers for. It is a necessary evolution to the Aramagi people. We will not ask permission to do what is necessary. I have also discovered that even should we wish to pursue the route of volunteerism, it's not possible. The process only works with an entire dawn at a time. This is why I built enough new bodies for every single member of the second dawn, so that as the hands that hold up the heavens, they can be the ones to first achieve transcendence. Furthermore, as has been made increasingly clear that this last year, that those of the second dawn have become increasingly unstable and volatile, and have broken the pact of resonance, their violent hearts have gotten in the way of the great work, and we have slipped from our divine mandate. They must be brought under control. For this reason, the bodies designed for those of the second dawn will be designed with inhibitors that will temper their rebellious hearts and calm them, allowing them to pursue the work of the gods in peace. We cannot have a populace that is this violent, this full of hatred and destruction. You saw what they did to the city yesterday, what they've been doing to the sky. They entered this very room and nearly took control of the council, nearly killed all of you. And what then? What would they do to our shard? No, they have crossed a line and they must be brought to heel. We must face this threat and evolve, or face physical, spiritual, and intellectual extinction. He pauses for a moment. I hereby invoke the Conclave's right of extreme measures in wartime and cataclysm to force a vote on the floor today to enact the approval of the final phase and large-scale production of Project Transcendence before the third moon phases past the horizon. The council sits in stunned silence for a moment before everyone begins shouting and arguing all at once.
As soon as he stops talking, Ferris, through their private communicators, sends a message to Eloise. You know what I said over breakfast? Forget it. Kill him. That man has lost his damn mind.
So there's a pretty big uproar with every single person, especially between Typhon and Tech, obviously. But everybody is very like what the hell? Like, especially because apparently like this right hasn't been invoked for 300 years. The speaker manages to finally get the room under control. And Taylor says, as per the right, you will be allowed to put forth 5 points of your argument, which will then be given counter arguments from a designated council member's advisory team, and then a vote will be had, which will require a majority vote. In the case of a tie, the Orvan representative's vote should count as 2 to decide this matter. And he kind of pauses and glares at the Archon, which in this case is your own. No one may enter or exit the room until after all the proceedings have taken place, and should proceedings still be occurring during the rising of the third moon, a vote will be cast regardless of the status of arguments at the time. Considering the nature of the proposal in question, only a member of the second dawn is appropriate to designate as the opposition leader. Therefore, I hereby appoint Divine Laborer Typhon Millar to the position. Any opposition to this appointment? Represented Tech Bothamar? Nay, no arguments here. I know Typhon will do us proud here today. Well, in that case, we will begin, and may the three have mercy on our souls for what we decide here today. Archon Valensail, you please provide a summary of your 5 points to the opposition team before arguments begin. So, here's what we're gonna do.
Can we pause here?
Yeah.
Because it's like 11:15. I don't want to like get halfway through this.
Yes. So I do want to let you know what I am going to provide the arguments for you. And what we're going to do is, since there's 4 of you and then Typhon, you're each going to take 1 point to give a counter argument to, basically. Okay. And Typhon will take whatever the last point is that you guys don't want. Mechanically, what will happen is you will all present your arguments, and then you will do an overcome to quantify the quality of it. But I also will factor in the actual quality of the argument itself as well, and give you better numbers, potentially better bonuses accordingly. You do need a higher number than usual in order to have a complete success. Okay, we're aware of that. So I will post those up for you guys. I think tonight I would like to have everybody determine what everyone is doing, which one you guys are going to be taking for next time. Right? And so I also I know which one Typhon's taking.